we're live.
All right. Everything I do it on God. Everything we do it on God. When I do it with these two crazy motherfuckers, we do it on God. I am Young Money Bad News, the co-CEO of the Star Money Click, the BMC Capo, number one rapper in the world. That is 1-5, the other co-CEO of Star Money Click, the number one producer in the world, and the owner of Punish Me Vodka, which is sponsored all the time. They sponsor the episodes every time we do it. And that is Jimmy Two Times, the number one 49ers fan, the number one Oklahoma Sooner fan, and my brother from another mother. We are the On God Podcast. So, welcome to the new episode. I had told y'all guys we was gonna do it on Sunday, but we had to wait. I felt like we was gonna be cramming the episode too fast. Like I felt like we was just gonna be pushing some shit together that wasn't gonna work out. Plus I wanted to see the outcome of all these games, which was some shit. So we gonna jump right into it, man. Week 12, NCAA football, On God Podcast. Number one, Oregon. Number one, Oregon wins 16-13 over Wisconsin. 1-5.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the picks, right?
Yep.
Remember 2 times said that shit that I 2 times always say. When 2 times act like they just gonna automatically win, and then the game be close as fuck. That's why I said that, cause that's how it be. We in this NCAA right now where every Saturday you really don't know. You really don't fucking know.
Yeah.
And it's hard to win in Madison too, because Madison is a motherfucker too, for real.
Yep.
Madison always been tough to win. Being a Buckeye fan, we know. So Oregon now is 11-0. Didn't play a very well game. They didn't play a very good game at all, for real. Dylan Gabriel had an interception. Wisconsin, if Wisconsin make 1 or 2 plays, they win the game. But
if they had a quarterback, they would have won the game.
I know. So I guess if they want to call this Oregon's bad game of the year, well, they've actually had 4 now, because the beginning of the year they played terrible with Boise State, terrible against Idaho, terrible against Wisconsin. There was one more game they played terrible, and I think it was the very first game. I can't remember who they played, but that was one of those. That was one of those.
Yeah, that game.
Number
really
2, Ohio State. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that
it didn't.
Yeah,
the score surprised me more than the game.
Honestly, I think if Wisconsin has a quarterback that's worth a damn, we're talking about Wisconsin being in the top 10 along with Indiana, Penn State, Ohio State, and Oregon. Honestly, because there's been like 2 or 3 games that they've lost that was really easily won by them if they had a better quarterback.
Yeah, they run the ball well. They just don't throw the ball with the fuck.
Yeah, remember I told you when they played Alabama didn't score the whole first quarter. Like it took Alabama a while to get rolling against Wisconsin.
Yep.
All right, number 2, Ohio State, 31-7 over Northwestern. Ohio State is now 9-1. Northwestern is 4-6. Shout out to Carnell Tate getting 2 touchdowns in this game. He played a night. He had a hell of a game. He's actually from the Chicago area. A lot of people don't know about Carnell Tate, but Carnell Tate had lost his mom. He lost his mom last year before this season had started. So he's been playing with like literally a chip on his shoulder and a lot of pain. But when you get a Carnell game, for some reason, when he gives you a game, he always scores. Like he just shows up. Like Carnell Tate shows up. So shout out to Carnell Tate. We got the dub. This week we will be seeing Indiana. We will get into those picks Thursday or Friday whenever we get to it. Number 3, Texas, 20-10 over Arkansas. It was scary for Texas for a minute there. Arkansas could have won this game. Arkansas just couldn't finish. Texas didn't play a good game at all. They won, but they didn't play a good game. Texas is now 9-1. Arkansas 5-5. But this is just another episode of what the SEC really looks like this year. Why they be like just like the upset of Florida beating LSU. I wasn't surprised because LSU is a pamper. They a low key pamper. That's just what they are. I mean, that is what it is. Number 4, Penn State, 49-10 over Purdue. Not a surprise. Penn State is now 9-1. Purdue is 1-9. Number 5, Indiana was on a bye, so we don't really have to get into Indiana. BYU. Kansas upsets BYU.
Brought to you by
17-13. Shout out to Kansas.
I called it.
Kansas, if you just would have did what you're supposed to do all year, y'all be right where y'all need.
Absolutely.
Y'all want to upset everybody and shit. Now you want to upset everybody and shit. But we did call that game though, one fact. We did call that one.
Yeah, yes, we did.
Yeah, they definitely are. Kansas is now 4-6. BYU is 9-1, but I think BYU is really going to be on the outside looking in because of the fact that they damn near was about to lose the last 3 weeks in a row. So
yeah,
they really been getting lucky, and they really lost to Utah, who just got the brakes beat off their ass to Colorado. So shout out to Colorado for that W. Game of the weekend actually turned into more like I don't know what you want to call it. But Georgia beats Tennessee 31-17. Tennessee is now 8-2. Georgia's 8-2. Carson Beck threw 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. This was probably the best game Georgia's played for the whole year so far, besides the second half of the game against Alabama. It still didn't change how I feel about Georgia though, because I actually watched the game. And even though they won by 14, it didn't look like they was up by 14 though. Like the game was really like Tennessee's to take. Tennessee was up 10-7 in this game where they could have just did what they were supposed to do, but Tennessee, you can't trust them. Yeah, you can't trust them outside of Knoxville. They just don't play good outside of Knoxville. So Georgia gets the dub. Georgia's still number 12. Notre Dame, number 8, beats Virginia 35-14. Notre Dame is still rolling. 9-1. Virginia's 5-5.
That game wasn't even closer than that. That score wasn't even as close as the game. That game was blowing it. It was up 28-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah, they was beating their ass. It was a given. Notre Dame's rolling. Ain't nothing I can say about Notre Dame right now. They hitting on all cylinders. That quarterback is finally getting comfortable since he transferred from Duke. He's finally getting his footing underneath him. I can't knock him. Miami was on the bye. They're number 9, so we don't have to talk about them. Number 10, Alabama blew out Mercer 52-7. There's nothing to talk about. You was supposed to blow out Mercer. We're not surprised. We don't even know why they was on your fucking schedule. Number 1. That was stupid. Number 11, Ole Miss was on a bye too as well, 8-2. So we'll see them coming up this year. I mean this week. We don't have to talk about the number 12 team because the number 12 team was Georgia. So we just went through our top 12 of the NCAA. Before we go to the NFL, I want to give a shout out to the NBA Cup right now. It's really exciting. If y'all ain't been watching it, make sure y'all tune in, man. These teams basketball's looking really good, man. NBA's looking really good. It's a lot of exciting action going on in the game. Wemby had 50 the other day. Giannis had 59 the other day. I mean, these boys is balling. Giannis needed it though, because them boys they smell like pamper out there in Milwaukee right now.
And the crazy thing is that Milwaukee game, they what's called like they gave it away to Milwaukee. Dude was up at the free throw line, hit the front of the rim on both of the damn shots, sent it into overtime, and Milwaukee just took over.
And that was Detroit, wasn't it? They was playing Detroit, wasn't it?
Dude had Ben Wallace.
Detroit ain't the problem. I told you Detroit finding their groove, man, for real. It took some years, but they got veterans out there now. They ain't just got babies no more.
Yeah,
they got some players.
Cade Cunningham's game has stepped up tremendously, even more so than last year, I think.
They got some players out there. They looking all right. They got Tim Hardaway Jr. They got old boy.
They just got to figure out how to win games like that because when there was no time, there was 1 second left on the clock. All he had to do was hit one of them. He hit the front of the rim like Ben Wallace used to, bro. Like he had never shot a free throw before, or never shot at the rim in his life.
The damn game.
This shit was crazy.
Got to be more careful. Well, like I said, make sure y'all tune into the NBA, man. It's looking really good. The cup ain't nowhere near. It ain't nowhere near over yet. It's still going on. So if your team is in it, make sure you check it out. My team is 1-0. It's a lot of teams that's undefeated in the cup right now. We beat Wemby, and then Wemby and them was giving us a fight too. We're gonna go week 11. Wemby is a problem. We go week 11 NFL. Hell of a weekend in NFL. Like I said on Thursday, my Eagles beat the Commanders 26-18. We're now 8-2. The Commanders are 7-4. We're not going to get into that game because we already did. Man, I got to start here because this was the next game on my list, and I watched this whole game, and you know, the Bengals are something else, man.
Man.
Like, you know, I'm gonna tell you what's so funny, right? So I'm watching with I'm watching it with a very beautiful lady, and this is her squad, and she literally is upset about the first half score. So when half comes, I put this on Big Bruh. I put this on Mac. I literally look over at her and I go, you know what's gonna be so funny? She said, what? I said, is in this second half, the half is about to flip. Justin Herbert is gonna turn back into the Justin Herbert I know him to be, and he's gonna blow it in the second half. And then y'all are gonna start balling in the second half. And she looked at me and was like, I hope you're right. I hope you're sure about this. I said, trust me, just watch. Just watch what happens. Because I know Herbert. That's why I have no faith in Herbert. Because it took him, he went 7 in the fourth quarter. He went seven straight incompletions in a row. Not to mention the interception Hilton drops. That if Hilton catches the interception and go to the house, Cincinnati wins the game.
Right.
Or at least goes to overtime because they only beat you by a touchdown. The Chargers win 34-27. The Chargers are now 7-3. The Bengals are now 4-7. J.K. Dobbins, shout out to J.K., OSU alumni. I used to always say J.K. all day because he was always all day.
Yep.
He puts the nail in the coffin. And then your boy Pratt on the sideline in the first half going off about the D, right? Then your second half, your defense comes out and actually look like y'all give a fuck about playing football, and you start playing real football. But then something happens to Joe Burrow in the fourth quarter in the last 4 minutes. He starts forgetting he's Joe Burrow. I mean, what the fuck is going on? Then your old line start playing like ass.
And then your kicker left his toes in the locker room.
Oh my God.
It was a combination of Joe Burrow's getting chased around and the wide receivers dropping the balls.
And McPherson missing kicks.
Missing kicks, which isn't news to me this year. We lost 3 games early, but
I want to say this. I want to say this out loud because we all 3 have went through it. But it's an NFL pandemic right now, and it's called what the fuck is wrong with the kickers this year? Like Justin Tucker was missing against the Steelers. Justin Tucker is one of the best kickers of all time.
Yeah.
They call him for his head now, and I'm like, this motherfucker got the longest field goal in NFL history, most accurate, and he's having a bad year. Every kicker, McPherson's normally money.
Yeah. Did you see
my kicker's normally money? Remember what my kicker did on Thursday?
He's no longer the most accurate kicker in NFL history no more with the 2 misses he had Sunday.
Yeah, that ain't that crazy.
It's crazy. Who is now? Isn't it the Panthers kicker or some shit?
Something like that.
Yeah.
We didn't start giving a fuck about kickers till this year for real. The way these kickers is missing kicks.
Yeah.
But this is my thing about y'all. This is the thing about y'all. How do you think you're gonna win and you put yourself into a damn near 21 to 20. You damn near put yourself in a 18-point hole to start the damn game.
Well, they did. It was 24-6 and a half.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I mean,
That go for it. That when you went for it and made it 24 to 30, I was gonna lie to you. I thought they was going to fuck that up. I said, "Oh yeah, they about to fuck this up." So when Chase caught that, I said, "Okay, here we go."
no, it was actually T. Higgins on fourth down.
Was it Higgins?
Yeah, 4th and 2.
Was it Higgins? Okay.
He went long ball to Higgins. And
Not that one. I'm talking about in the inside of 10.
That was the first one that started the whole run. They was down 24-6. It was 4th and 2, and Burrow went long ball to Higgins, and the Chargers blew the coverage. So the first 4th down was that. Got it down. He threw it all the way down the field, scored a touchdown. And I was looking at the Chargers, like, y'all are really a pamper anyway. I mean, they just making y'all here look like y'all great. When for real, y'all, the Chargers ain't shit for real.
I mean, to be fair, that was the first game this year they gave up over 20 points, though.
Man, I watched the whole game. Who they been playing?
That ain't my argument. I'm just telling you.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm saying, what offense have they played that's good enough to put up over 20 points on the regular on you? That's what
other than last year's Kansas City, because this year's Kansas City.
That's what
I'm just saying.
I mean, if the best offense you done played is the Bengals, what the fuck are we talking about? You should be not giving up no points. That's not hard. I'm not basing it off who they playing. I'm basing off what offense they played. So when I'm watching them, I'm watching the game going, okay, Khalil Mack ain't playing, but the Bengals O-line is ass. So it's not like the Chargers is playing the best offensive line in the league. Joe Burrow, when he had time, Joe Burrow was shitting on him. So just imagine you give Joe Burrow a great line against that D. Come on, man. The Chargers are still the Chargers. Because let me ask you this. What 3 losses who did the Chargers lose to? What 3 games? They lost to the Chiefs?
Yeah, they did lose to the Chiefs.
Was it? And who did they lose to?
Now, if you tell me they lost to 2 more bums, we got a problem.
Hold on, I'll tell you.
No, I can tell you right now. They lost to the Steelers, the Chiefs back-to-back, and the Cardinals.
Yeah, my Cardinals. Thank you.
Yeah, his other team.
Which one of them offenses is dope?
No, neither one of them. I'm saying. The
Steelers kicked 6 field goals to beat the Ravens. The Chiefs ain't balling at all on offense. And the Cardinals' offense is suspect as fuck. It'll look good one weekend. It'll look average the next weekend. So, I mean, the Chargers are okay. I mean, they're not horrible. But Justin Herbert just played his best first half ever, which we don't never see. Like, man, I'm sitting there watching.
I mean, he actually turned over the ball for the first time in 2 months. He hasn't thrown interceptions since week 2.
He had a listen to me. I'm gonna say it again. Mike Hilton dropped a pick six. Dropped a pick 6. The ball was in his hands. So
I get that.
Herbert ain't, man. You can get.
I'm not pumping up. I'm not pumping up Herbert, but I'm just saying a drop interceptions and a complete pass.
It is, but
I mean, if we did the almost with interceptions with these quarterbacks, do you know how many interceptions there would be if those counted? The almost. Shit.
And don't the Chargers run the ball very well? So most of their wins came off running the ball, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you ain't putting the ball in harm's way if you ain't really throwing the ball like that either. I think that was probably the most throwing they did was last night because the secondary of the Bengals is ass.
I mean, they throw the ball a little bit less than Detroit do on average. So,
and Taylor Britt is in that. I mean, he's a pamper. I was so happy you finally put his.
He's so inconsistent. It's ridiculous. He has moments where he can be. He shows talent, and then the most of the time he's talking too damn much. And that's his problem. He talks too goddamn much.
More than this fucking game.
If he shut the fuck up, he'd probably be better.
play the fucking game and shut up. You might do something.
Yeah, just shut the fuck up.
Put your mouthpiece in and shut up.
But
Yeah, just play the fucking game.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, 1-5.
Yep.
Your playoff chances have really diminished. Like you're done now.
I've freed up my Sunday, so let's just say my Sundays are now free. Bengals.
Yeah,
free.
you're pretty much.
Well, you know what? Well, you know what's so funny? Like I said, I'm not gonna count them for dead, but this is the sad part. If that front office don't pay both of them wide receivers, man, you're not gonna replace Higgins with Yoshiba and the other dude that likes to drop passes and think Chase gonna be happy with his money and losing. So you have to pay both of them because that offense don't work right without both of them.
You gotta
like when Higgins is out, they look like shit. When Chase is out, and they got Higgins, they look like shit. So you need both of them.
You kind of don't have no choice but to count the Bengals for dead because they still got 2 more games against the Ravens. They're not. It don't matter because this is the problem with the Bengals right now.
Yep.
It don't matter if the Bengals went out because the teams that they would like literally pass. Most of them won on Sunday.
Right.
From the Broncos to the fucking the Colts won. Like the Colts are 5-6. The Bengals are 4-7. The Bengals are fucked. Yep. Ain't no you might as well say they did. Ain't no point in maybe ain't no maybes no more. If you was gonna
it's more mathematical than anything.
If you was gonna get yourself going, this was gonna be you needed this game.
Because that was a game to steal.
You needed 5 wins. You're screwed. We'll move on. Move on. Chiefs versus the Bills. The Bills finally give the Chiefs their first loss of the season, 30-21 in Buffalo at Orchard Park. The Bills are now 9-2. The Chiefs are 9-1. What do you guys take away from this game?
The Bills are mercurial, and the Chiefs are what we thought they were. Because you know what? The new guy at our job, man, brought up something interesting. It's a possibility. What if this Kansas City team that won 9 in a row, like 9 or 10 in a row, like your Eagles did last year, go on to doing the same thing y'all did last year, just fall apart?
It's possible. But I'm gonna tell you what I think is funny.
I'd like to see it now.
And I don't think it will.
This is what's funny to me though. This is the most funniest shit I heard after the game was over when Buffalo won.
Okay.
These media motherfuckers had the nerve to say, "Yeah, man, Josh Allen, man, he really looks really great. He's this and the third, right? This team is the best team." What? Do you know how much talent Josh Allen just had on this same team? Do you know how good Josh Allen's defense was? So when they say the problems was gone off the team, the problems was Josh Allen. The difference between Josh Allen from now and Josh Allen last year is Josh Allen has finally realized I can't just throw the ball in harm's way every fucking game and then think I'm going to win the game by running around. Right. It don't work like that, bro. Because you had better teams than the team you got now. This team, for real, for me, ain't shit. Like, I don't see the Chiefs could have won this game if the Chiefs had their real team, like their real starting receivers that's hurt. They would have blew Buffalo the fuck out in Buffalo, literally. Because Josh Allen threw another interception. He did the Josh Allen. And then at the end of the game, he wants to do the other part of him where, he likes to run. He wants to run everywhere and score touchdowns. Yeah. Like, bro, your game has not changed. So the media he looks exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I could say about the Bills was they ran the ball pretty good against a great Chiefs defense. I mean, they look good on the ground, but Josh Allen, he doesn't do it for me as a passer at all. I mean, he just doesn't. Justin Herbert, the same thing. I know Justin Herbert slings it all over the yard, but he just don't do it for me. I've seen the guy live a couple times, and he's just I mean, he doesn't.
I don't know what
I've
one
never.
five. I don't know what it is about him. It's like it's
People
like
love him.
they love him, but
Love
it's like when you if you would have heard what's your boy name Collins last night. Oh
Oh my God, that motherfucker gave him a Hummer, and I ain't talking about the one that has wheels on it.
my God.
Because you know what? Here's the thing. I'm gonna give an honest assessment of Justin Herbert. He has great arm talent, but he makes bad decisions at the right time. Now this year he's cleaned it up because Harbaugh, if anything, has basically turned him into it. I know I started as soon as I said that. I said Harbaugh has basically turned Harbaugh's offense is basically no matter how talented you are at quarterback, run the offense. We're gonna play great defense, run the ball, and I only need you to throw the ball but a handful of times. And he's done that. That's why he's not really turning over the ball. Now, if he had to go back to last year and the previous years he had to play where he had to be gunslinger, I think we see the same inconsistent Herbert. Now he's more consistent, but he's not something where I'm like, oh my God, I gotta have him at quarterback. No, he's a good quarterback, but he's not a great quarterback. That's about it.
He's decent.
Yeah, I won't argue with that.
1-5, we don't know where the fuck you went.
Yeah, he just tapped out on us. But either way, like I said, Josh Allen, I have to put Josh Allen and Justin Herbert in the same situation. I think after so many seasons of being in the NFL, they don't have the ability to stay ahead of the NFL's defenses and defensive coordinators. And that's why a lot of times you don't see all of the things they were doing when they first jumped into the league. There's too much tape on them now. Defenses are making them do things that they're not comfortable with. So that's why the Harbaughs and the McDermotts now, they're like, hey, just run the ball, play good defense, and let's get the fuck out of here. That's why you're not getting it. I mean, even the league has caught. I think they sort of caught up with Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? Because
it ain't really. I mean, Mahomes
not to the same extent, but
I wasn't about to disagree with you. I just don't think that like Mahomes got the best scheme in the NFL. So
right.
it's almost like he could play his worst game, and they run the right play. What happened, man? Because I know he just texted.
Yeah, he just texted and said somebody called him for work. Now he can see us, but he can't hear us.
He always fucking get a phone call, man. Damn.
So I don't know what he got going on right now. He's just it just says 1-5 and he's black as hell.
What you want to do, 1-5?
So there he goes.
How the hell did you do that?
How the hell did I do what?
How the hell
he pressed Control Alt Delete?
I guess. I don't know. Somebody called my phone from work, and it knocked me off the feed. I couldn't hear nothing, but I could see it. Can you guys see me at all?
Yeah, we can see you here. You're good now.
I can't see myself.
Go out.
So
Look, just go out and come back in, and you'll pop up.
I hope so.
That's what I do. Every time I can't see me, I go out and pop back up. Like, what up, motherfucker?
You know,
there he is.
Told you.
There he is.
I told you.
Control Alt Delete. I'm trying to tell you, man.
I don't know why that works, but every time I go out, if I can't see myself, I come back in. I can see myself.
Teef says that Joe Burrow is a pamper.
I wouldn't say that. I can't say that.
NFL as a whole is a pamper. Pamper, flag football playing, super tech mobile playing. The only thing that matters Chiefs.
Bro, Wiley.
Football shit is rigged. That's why 0.5 left. That's right. That's why I left. That's why I left the pod. Fuck football.
I can't see. I don't think Joe Burrow's weak. I mean, I don't think he's a pamper.
No, he's just on a really bad team or inconsistent.
Joe Burrow's having one of the best. He's having one of the best years of his career, and they still ain't winning. You can't. Man. But I will say this: Joe was flustered last night because he was throwing some balls where I was like, Joe, who the fuck are you? Are you throwing it to me? I'm in the living room. What you doing?
Year is after.
I heard him and Chase. I heard both of them.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hey, you
I'm gonna
can
be
vote
honest with you.
500 yards, 300 yards receiving every game. If you ain't winning, it don't matter.
This ain't a Zach Taylor problem though.
Nah, no,
This
it's
is a
not.
this is a
You know
management
what?
problem.
Yeah,
Because you let
absolutely.
all your
Not
fucking
even
defense leave.
Lou Armorello problem.
Yeah, the key pieces that was getting y'all.
It ain't even your D coordinator's problem.
No,
It's
it's
your
not
management problem.
coordinator's problem.
You
That's
let
a
all your
personnel
pieces
problem.
go, and
We
you
got
think you
old.
still gonna
We
win.
got old DBs. We got old
You,
DBs.
you know, Lou Amarillo, you know what he did during at halftime? And this is why I said he's one of the best defensive coordinators in the league, even though he has shit on the defensive side in some instances. Um, Great adjustments, man, because the Chargers were rolling and he slowed their ass down immediately.
Yeah.
He turned Herbert back into real Herbert. He
Right.
turned back into a fucking pamper.
Yep.
I told you, man, Hilton don't drop this pick six. The game could be we wouldn't even be talking about this shit today, bro. For real.
I'll tell you what hurt us last night. What hurt us last night was the lack of a running game. That hurt. All right. They don't run effectively.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't even that.
In the stretch.
It was the lack of you stop running the ball.
That's what I'm saying, because it wasn't running effectively.
It was actually running effectively though.
Not like really.
When Brown watched the whole game, Chase Brown was getting yards, and y'all would stop. Look, so y'all would get to like third. It would be like third. It'd be second and 7, right?
Right.
He'll get 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 2. Y'all be like, we gonna throw it every time. Y'all threw it every time. On your 4th down conversions, you threw the ball. You don't never run on 3rd or 4th down.
Well, I tell you,
can't really. Chase Brown gets yards every time he touches the ball.
The most effective way to get rid of a blitz is to run at him. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Chase Brown gets yards. Go look and tell me what Chase Brown ran for last night. I guarantee he got more than 40 yards.
Hey, he was a part of the reason why they even came back in the first place.
Yeah, and he's very effective in the passing game.
We had 110 rushing yards altogether. I'm not sure who all got that. I mean, we outgained him.
He had 109.
Right. We definitely outgained them, but 8 penalties.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, 1-5. You stopped running the ball. Y'all problem is y'all pass happy as fuck. You pass too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's all y'all want to do. Pass. Let's pass it again. We're gonna pass it again. Chase Brown is too good of a running back not to run the ball.
22 attempts for 86 yards.
See what I mean? He was on 100 yards.
And he talking about they ain't have a good running game. See what I'm saying? You ran the game. You ran the ball effectively. Like I said,
His average almost 4 yards a carry.
Exactly. In the NFL, that's great. That's
a little bit below average, but that was better. Hey, for y'all, that was above average.
You got to keep them honest, man. We're going to move on.
Yeah.
Falcons, Broncos.
I call this one.
You fucking Falcons are fucking hilarious. I told you so.
They're terrible. They're fucking terrible.
I told you y'all sorry. Broncos win 38-6. Here go 1-5 again. 38-6. Broncos are now 6-5. Falcons.
His real estate agent called.
Bo Nix had a hell of a game. Threw for over 300. Had 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Bo Nix was balling. I got to give him his due. I don't have a problem with Bo. I like Bo anyway. The Broncos is going to be a problem. The Broncos, and that's another thing I'm saying. Think about what I just said. The Broncos are 6-5. So it's people like the Broncos gonna keep people like the Bengals out the playoffs because just because of the simple fact you're losing the teams you need to beat. You got to beat them. You just got to. This next game though, I should have picked who I was gonna pick, but I was being nice. But I'm about to stop being nice, and I told this man. I told him they hadn't hit the curve yet. They hadn't hit that corner yet. We told him 1-5.
Right.
The Seahawks beat the 49ers 20-17. 5-5 Seahawks now. 49ers 5-5 on a 12-second run, which is unbelievable to me. 12 seconds on the clock, and Geno Smith runs to the end zone and beats the 49ers. Got to be more careful.
Geno's
You know, I want to give a shout out to my man's Jackson Smith and Jigma, man. This motherfucker is so sweet. He was an NFL wide receiver in college, man. Because the shit he doing in the NFL is like he's still at Ohio State.
Yep.
He do what he want. Amazing. Like literally, he cold. The boy cold. So 2 times. What's wrong, man?
Ain't nothing wrong.
Hey, what the problem is? All I need to know is what the problem is. Cause
I mean, I got the same problem my man over here got. Hey, we give away games we should win. I mean, hey, like I told you, what I done told you since the first Chiefs loss in the Super Bowl, man, we'll just see what happens because these motherfuckers.
What 21 for 28, 159 and a touchdown was your boy
On the ground, and he threw one and he ran one in, and then the interception, the motherfucker, the motherfucker bats the ball up in the air like a motherfucker. That's that in the NFL. You basically might just hand the ball to the damn defense on that one. If you ain't gonna catch it, don't bat it up in the air. But like I said, I got really nothing to say about that one. You threw that shit away. You may have thrown away your playoff chances. I don't know. Like I said.
I mean, this is what I was saying to you when I said you thought you all hit the corner, and it was just something. It's something about when I watch y'all, I don't see.
We just Jerry Greenlaw on defense, and then when Bosa went out with that hip injury in the fourth quarter, they scored 2 motherfucking touchdowns. I said, well,
but your offense don't look crispy. Like
that's Kyle Shanahan.
You know how
because you wonder why? You wonder why? And my beat reporter said this a while back. Him and Kyle Shanahan go at it at the press conference. Dude can't stand it because he holds them accountable. He asked him. He said, "Do you give Brock Purdy autonomy to change plays at the line of scrimmage?" Dude said, "The answer to the defense is in the plays I call." So he didn't even answer the fucking play, and then they be like going back and forth. And it's like, dude, you don't even let your quarterback call audibles. Geno Smith was calling audibles against us all day. He was looking at the defense. He looked over, and the next thing you know, they were getting first downs. Kyle Shanahan is a control freak. There ain't nothing you can do about that. He's a good head coach. He's a good head coach, but sometimes that offense gets stagnant. McCaffrey looks like he lost a step with the Achilles. You don't run Jordan Mason, and that big Debo shit out the backfield. Stop doing that. Stop.
I'm gonna say that 1-5. This is what I'm gonna say to him.
Mm-hmm.
If Jauan Jennings is your leading receiver,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna win the game. And that's not a knock to Jauan Jennings because he can.
No, it's not.
But
it's not. But you ain't got no Brandon Ayuk. You ain't got nobody to replace Brandon Ayuk. You're done.
I ain't even doing Brandon Ayuk. Fuck all that. Because what I was told the last 3 years is this the most talented NFL team in the league. Deebo Samuel is supposed to be a receiver. Am I wrong? Why the fuck is Jauan Jennings catching more passes than Deebo Samuel if Deebo Samuel is Deebo Samuel? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who the fuck?
I don't understand it either.
For real. I mean, who is he for real though? Is he a running back? Is he a wide receiver? Is he a rock? Is he called a wide back? A receiver back? Because y'all don't throw in the ball. Then when you're throwing the ball, it gets batted down or he dropped the damn ball. Jauan Jennings.
Or he catches fast you don't expect him to catch.
Man, listen.
We're all over, man. We're all over the place.
Hey, you got Kittle, you got Kittle, Deebo, Jennings, Ayuk, and McCaffrey. And he threw for 159 yards.
Well, Kittle didn't play yesterday.
And that hurts. I'll give you that. Because that's a safety blanket. But
you're going too much to McCaffrey, and McCaffrey looks slow.
He do.
He don't even look.
Yards rushing.
But you know what's so crazy? I'm scared that he may have lost a step with these Achilles. What if it ain't training weeks? What if it's not that?
I told you this before you did it. you wasn't going to the playoffs, sit his ass down. Because the way this NFC was going, y'all had already lost too many fucking games to bring him back. It was obvious. When the Vikings are 8-2, when the NFC North is the best division in football, and the Arizona Cardinals that already beat you once, man, sit his ass down, man. What the? You lost to the Rams too. Sit his ass down, man. What the fuck are y'all doing, man? Then Ayuk is out for the season. Sit his ass down. You know you're not gonna win without Ayuk. What are y'all doing? You might as well preserve your shit. That's just some greedy shit. But that's that window, that little ass window we was talking about. That motherfucker, boy, that motherfucker like you barely got you like goddamn it like this right now. Whoo! Because the one thing, bruh, the one thing they don't need is McCaffrey losing a step. If McCaffrey loses a step, I don't give a fuck how good Jordan Mason can run the ball. Jordan Mason is not a receiving running back like McCaffrey. The reason why McCaffrey is so dope, because McCaffrey is just like Saquon. They can come out the backfield, catch that bitch. They can come from the backfield and run that bitch. If he can't do both, the Niners are in trouble going forward. I don't give a fuck.
And you just overpaid him in the offseason.
Overpaid the shit out of him. Woo! That's why I said y'all should have never gave me that extra money. That was dumb as fuck. We'll move on.
You know what's interesting to me? Speaking of that, the four best moves in the NFL offseason wise were running back moves.
Yeah.
When's the last time you seen that?
That's normal. When they went to the Super Bowl, that was the move that they made. They went and got McCaffrey. It's always like that. Power moves. Them the best. Them always the big moves.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers beat the Bears 20-19. They're on an 11-game winning streak against the Bears.
Right.
The Bears were a field goal away from breaking the streak. The Bears
and that motherfucker shakes the absolute fuck out of it. Again, that's the Bears do. They do that.
But I will say this: the Packers are 7-3. The Bears are 4-6. But shout out to the Bears' new offensive coordinator. He really called a good game. Yep. He called a good game. They just missed the field goal. I mean,
Caleb Williams, I can't even say nothing bad about Caleb Williams in this game.
Caleb Williams had a good ass game. He played a good game. So I mean, hats off to them. They're showing promise that they're gonna try. And that's all you want. Yeah. Give some effort, motherfucker. We don't want
to Hey, your old running back Swift, that motherfucker running that ball.
That motherfucker been sweet. And I'm sorry because I didn't play his ass. I would have beat David if I would have played him. I put sorry ass Romeo Dobbs in there. He ain't even throwing the damn ball but one time.
Don't feel bad. I love Jared Goff on the bench in 2 of my leagues.
Oh yeah, you that's because you be sleeping on him.
No.
Hey, Todd. Hey, Todd. 52-6. 52-6, Jared Goff again.
But I'm not sleeping on him when I had him in my lineup last week. I took him out because I was like I had 2 other better plays. But it happens.
52-6. Lions smashed the Jags without Sunshine playing. The Jags are 2-9. Lions 5-2. Lions 5-2. Lions 9-1. I'm sorry.
Lions.
I'm not surprised by the ass whooping though. So I don't take this as, oh my God, the Lions they played the Jags without their starting quarterback. So
you supposed to score 52 points.
Yeah, the Lions doing what they're supposed to do. Shout out to the Lions though, they rolling.
Mac Jones look like Mac Jones.
Yeah, he said, we ain't about to do that. Vikings 23, Titans 13, Vikings 8-2 now, Titans 2-8. Sam Darnold they skated past again. Still, but you can tell they're trying to find their rhythm again. They look better this weekend than they did last weekend. Addison scored. Rams 28, Pats 22, Rams 5-5, Patriots 3-8. Drake May didn't play a bad game. He actually had a good too, but the Rams got going. Yeah. The Rams got the rolling. I mean, they was rolling. Puka Nacua stretched out on that motherfucker in the corner, but that motherfucker was nasty. But Puka cold though.
Both their receivers over 100 yards, tough to beat.
Yeah, Puka problem. Browns Saints 35, Browns 14. Browns are now 2-8, Saints 4-7. Every team in Ohio right now, as far as the NFL, is sorry shit
But you know,
it's really sad. It's sad.
but you know what's so funny? If you look at that game, both Derek Carr and Jameis Winston had hell of a games. How do you throw for 395 yards, 2 touchdowns, but you only get but you only get 14 points out of it?
Because the Browns
Because
couldn't stop him.
Taysom Hill was killing their ass.
Yeah, he couldn't stop shit. And that's the problem. They ain't got none of their starters for real. And y'all still lost. Got to be more careful. The Colts pull off an upset at the end of the game. Anthony Richardson gets in the end zone off a scramble. 28-27 over the Jets. The Colts are now literally in the playoff picture at 5-6. The Jets are 3-8. The Jets are I can't really knock the Jets for this game because they actually came to play. They fought. But Anthony Richardson just made a play. And this is NFL. When a person make a play, nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
it's crazy because the Jets did all this shit to get you get Zach Wilson up out of there and all this other shit. Now last year they was 5-3 at week 8. They 3-8.
What also hurt them is Hassan Reddick didn't play the whole season. So you gotta go off what we seen. They team ain't been together for real the whole year. Where you got to give them a real off season with all of them playing for real, and then we can see what they are. Because the Jets had the best defense in the league, in the top 5 in the last 2 years, and this year they just look like a pamper. So you could tell the injuries and people not being there consistently is fucking with them. But I ain't gonna make no excuses for them. I mean, they look like trash. So I mean, it is what it is. This is NFL.
And there's people in that defense that got to get paid now, so they're gonna be losing some people.
Yeah. Ravens lose to the Steelers 18-16.
We all call this.
The Ravens are now 7-4. The Steelers are now 8-2. The Steelers kick 6 field goals to win this game.
Again. 64 field goals.
I mean,
Steelers are the field goal kicking motherfuckers in the NFL.
This motherfucker Boswell should be an MVP candidate.
MVP.
You know what's so crazy?
This is crazy.
Do you realize there's only been one kicker as the MVP in the last in NFL, and that was 40 years ago with the Redskins.
That's
so who the fuck voting for a kicker?
I mean, that was 40 years ago.
I ain't voting for no goddamn kicker. The fuck?
That was 40 years ago. I don't know.
But I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Baltimore had this game won.
They did.
Baltimore blew so many damn chances in this game, man. And they actually made the Steelers defense look normal. The Steelers, they had a couple good plays. You know, they got one interception. They sacked Lamar a couple times, but they didn't dominate Lamar. Lamar actually did what he really could do what he wanted, but they just kept blowing it. The Ravens had a chance. You getting stripped on your own. I mean, likely get stripped by Queen. The shit was crazy, man. But you kick 6 field goals to win the game, man. And then they had the nerve to say, "Well, who's the best team in the AFC?" I don't know. I really don't know, because I don't believe Buffalo is as great as they giving them props for. I think Kansas City offensively is suspect, and the Steelers offensively still is suspect to me too, and the Ravens are suspect defensively. So it's like, I mean, we could say they all tied for one. ain't no real.
Yeah, it's like a 5-way tie.
Yeah, they all like. I don't see it. And if the Broncos keep playing like they playing, the Broncos can beat all them motherfuckers. And they only play one game. It ain't like it's a series, goddamn.
Nope.
Yeah, you want to catch them at the wrong time.
I started watching this Houston-Dallas game, right?
Man, oh my God.
It was 14-0, but it was CJ Stroud don't throw an interception. It was gonna be 21-0 real fast.
Yep.
Because the interception that old boy that rushed through when he threw it to Stingley, I was like, who the fuck? He threw the ball like this. I threw that. He said, "Fuck it." He said, "CD catch it. Can you see it?" Because I'm like, bro, who is he throwing this bitch to? Stingley just standing there like that. What score now? 2 times.
17-10, and the Dallas Cowboys are driving with less than 2 minutes left in the half.
And the Texans just so beat up. Because if the Texans wasn't beat up, this would be a blowout right now.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a blowout.
But CJ looking like shit right now.
my daughter's boyfriend put $40 on an 11-leg parlay. This is the last piece. He needs Houston to win this game. Houston wins this game, he turns $40 into $700. That's why the Cowboys are going to win.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be unfortunate.
And the Monday night motherfuckers will let them win too, because they never switched him out this slot, and they know they should have did that shit. Don't nobody want to see no fucking Cooper Rush. He's sorry as shit. Damn, that's crazy. Man, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, did we miss anything before we get into our side notes?
Not really.
I know what we missed.
Yeah.
Bring up that shit you had brought up the other day.
Oh. So I got my conspiracy Yankees hat on, right?
Don't start that shit.
Right. Houston Astros, if it is truly a conspiracy, right? So our boy over at USC, Lincoln Riley, got caught doing some sort of coaching violation. So the NCAA put him on probation for a year, right? Something to do with the analytics people coaching or something like that. It was something weird, something funky I ain't never heard of. Well, here's my thing. So USC just agreed, yeah, he did it. We agree with that. So here's my question to you guys. So with Lincoln Riley and these Power 5 conference coaches getting huge buyouts to get them out of their contract, and Lincoln Riley, let's face it, he's been, as you guys call it, a pamper since he's been at USC. Does this make USC fire him with just cause and get out of his contract? Because legally they can do that now because he's made a violation. Did we see that happening?
Nah, because they ain't got nobody to replace him with.
That's what I was gonna say. You got to think, they just got that program turned back around to a winning culture. So they definitely not gonna do that. They'll do anything to keep a winning culture. Because you got to think, UCLA is UCLA, right? But LA to LA motherfuckers, when it comes to college football, is USC. They love USC. They love USC more than they love UCLA. They always have.
Right.
UCLA was winning. If it's basketball, it's different. But when it comes to football, the Trojans is what they fuck with the long. They fuck with the Trojans the long way.
Yeah, the Trojans are before any NFL team too.
That's what I'm saying. So, and then you got to think like they had not had a winning culture since Pete Carroll.
Well, here's the other side of
and
that.
Sarkisian, but Sarkisian was like
an alcoholic.
Well,
he was fucked up. He was drinking scotch every night.
The AD is leaving after this year. I believe he's retiring, and the president of the campus is leaving also. So I think that if they're going to cut ties with him, they may do it this year, at the end of this year, and bring in their own guy because he's not their guy. The new administration. So that's my take on it. I think they may cut ties with him.
Only reason why I say they ain't gonna do it because they just put another Heisman Trophy case in their college.
Well, they might.
That's what Lincoln Riley does. He makes your quarterback look like he's great, even though he might be suspect. He makes him look great. Lincoln Riley does that. Like that's just. I mean.
Yeah. Right now they have the reigning Heisman Trophy winner with Caleb Williams, even though he's in Chicago now.
Him
and they had what's his Reggie Bush.
Yeah, like you gotta. I mean, I'm not saying you wrong. I'm not gonna say you wrong because it might happen. But from where we sitting right now, compared to what you got to think of how long that run was with Pete Carroll, and that after that run was over, them motherfuckers went through it. They went through the same shit up north going through right now. Because up north don't know it, but you motherfuckers about to go through it. Y'all think this the first year you getting your ass whooped. You're gonna keep getting your ass whooped for a while.
We went through that. We went through that when Barry Switzer left. We weren't shit for years until Stoops showed up about 10 years later.
We went through that when we lost John Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
And when we lost Tressel. We went through that same shit. We lost Tressel. Really, it was Tressel. When we lost Tressel, we hired old boy that's at Wisconsin right now, Fickle. Fickle played, and then when Fickle said, "Come on, Herb," well, Herb made Fickle move over. That was the year we won the title. But you go through that shit. I mean, but USC is one of them. They one of them names, and they finally back on track. I think they're gonna slap him on the wrist and let him keep moving for real. Especially after the Reggie Bush shit, they just now getting their shit back. They don't really want to draw no attention to themselves for real. Not really. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. You might be right though, because you was right about Stephon Diggs, and we didn't see
sure the fuck
Stephon
was.
Diggs coming. That shit was crazy as fuck.
Now you wasn't right about Brandon Ayuk, but you was right about Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, you was right about Brandon Ayuk. Let's get into our side notes tonight. 2 times. Who you got? What you got?
You say me, your thing went in and out.
I said we doing side notes. What's your side note for the night?
Oh, well we ain't really been talking about baseball, but they announced the NL rookie, and it was Paul Scanes from the Pirates, and he had a great fucking year, man. That motherfucker's about to be a problem in the NFL, NL for a long time, man. He went 11-3, 170 strikeouts with a 1.96 ERA. Dude's placement, I ain't seen placement like this since like Greg Maddux and his or Tom Glavine in their prime. Like this is his first year. He's already over here striking out big boys, and I'm talking about Ohtani, all of them, putting them on their ass.
I ain't gonna lie to you. They about to start making me watch baseball again because this October was exciting as fuck. Right? I ain't gonna lie. That shit was good, man. Because you know what it is? They getting the stars back.
Yeah.
Now they create new stars. Names, and that's what we need to see. We got to see them faces with them names.
Replenish the stars.
Yeah.
You know, also, I think Ohtani getting the 50-50 club kind of helped out a lot, too.
Hell yeah.
You need something historic to happen.
Yeah, he's making the game great. Like, he making you want to watch the game. Shit.
Oh, absolutely.
That was balling.
Now I will like this. What y'all both here? Do y'all think Soto's worth $500 million? Because that's the new thing out. Do you think he's worth $500 million on the market?
In the MLB, yeah. Because in the MLB, that ain't no money.
Yeah, that ain't.
You know, they throw that shit around like, man, come on, man, that ain't. You got to think, man. We've been watching baseball for so long. Remember 200 was something.
No, I get that. I'm just talking about.
That 500. That's small potatoes to the MLB team. So I think he is. But I don't think he should stay with the Yanks. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't think he's worth it, to be honest. He showed up for a couple weeks, and that's about it. I mean, he's
but you got to understand what he did.
300
what he did at the Nationals. What he did at the Nationals was crazy. He was raw.
I get that. I'm saying he's.
And then you got to think of this though, 1-5. That Yankee lore shit.
Yeah.
It's real, bro. Like everybody don't fit that uniform. Like everybody can't be a Yankee, bro.
Right. Yeah, I get it. I don't think he's worth $500 million, but I can see the Yankees forking it out. That's where I'm at.
That's who said they was gonna give it to him 2 times.
No, that's what they're saying he's worth on the market, and I said, yeah.
I think the Dodgers or the Mets gonna throw him that bag.
I mean, to me though, I think they need to something needs to happen with Bryce Harper, because that dude was like the most recognizable name, and he hasn't done shit like in Philly.
No, because they in the playoffs every year. Bryce Harper be balling. Their problem is they just can't get over the hump. That's their problem. They sweet as fuck for real. They're there every year. Like since he got there, they've been balling. They just can't get over the hump. The person that you should have brought up was Mike Trout. Mike Trout is the name. That's
Mike Trout too.
That's who you talking about. Bryce Harper's still a household name.
Yeah, he needs to go somewhere like Ohtani did. He
but
needs
he
to
won't.
get a bigger market.
He took that money.
Too.
Mm-hmm.
Hurt too. Like
And he a
that.
Philadelphia Eagles fan. Shout out to Mike Trout. He from that side. He from
Yeah.
the East Coast.
But
He need
baseball,
to go. He need to go somewhere else, but he won't do
yeah,
it.
yeah. Baseball is getting to the point to where it's inciting again, like the '90s, end of the '90s, early 2000s.
Without the steroids.
Yeah, without the
Right.
steroids that we know of.
So 1-5. What's your side note?
All right, so my side note is it's kind of a sad one. I'm taking Jimmy's sad side note lead here. Uh, but I don't know if you guys remember a few weeks ago I came on here and asked for people to keep a lookout for a young
For the
man.
missing young man. Yeah.
Yeah, they ended up finding him. He was deceased. They found him in a ditch.
Damn.
Nobody's really sure what happened to him, but he was with a young lady, and she announced yesterday on Facebook that she's pregnant with his child. So
Damn.
the kid is going to grow up without a dad, but
That's fucked up.
I can guarantee one thing: that child will not go without because of the grandparents. You know what I'm saying? Because that's their only remaining, or going to be their only remaining piece of their child. So it's sad to report that, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel, I guess, with the child.
Yeah. When there's death, there's always. Life comes with death. So
equating it to this time of year anyway, when leaves fall, they turn into fertilizer for a new tree to be grown next spring, and this is kind of that same situation. So, condolences to the family and congratulations to the family all at the same time. Hopefully, this child's loved throughout his life. You know what I mean? So I know
for
how
sure.
hard about dad. That's not yours. So
Our thoughts and our prayers going out to his family, and whoever his friends are, whoever y'all are. We just praying for y'all. I'm sorry to hear about the loss. That's sad. That's really sad. But like we tell y'all all the time, man, the mental illness is real. It's not a joke. Ain't nothing to play with. So when y'all go around telling everybody the child this and y'all that, people use these words loosely. I'm bipolar. Boy, you don't even know what bipolar means.
You ain't know.
Don't even play like that. Like if you ain't grew up around it, you ain't grew up with it, shut up. Because you don't know what it look like for real. Everybody that knows me knows I've seen it. Jimmy Two Times definitely seen it. We know this.
That shit is a mental prison.
This shit is really real. This ain't no play shit. Y'all like to play with it. Don't play like that, man. Because you blessed. If you got your brain every day and you yourself every day and you ain't got to worry about hearing no voices or answering to something else or overthinking life, man, you winning. You ain't on no medication, you winning. So watch what you say when you say what you say, bro, for real. Because that shit is real. My side note for the week is kind of on the lighter side. But it's a good one. Very, very exciting news to say that I'm ready to see one of the biggest games of the year on Saturday. 10-0 Ohio State 10-0 Indiana against 9-1 Ohio State is going to be legendary. I know I'm going to watch it with my guys. I'm pretty sure we're going to be at Two Times house. I'm pretty sure. But we're going to be turned the fuck up. I also want to give a shout out to Casey. Keno's son just got married. Shout out to Casey, my dog.
Yeah, congratulations, KC, man.
Congratulations, Casey, man. We happy for you. I'm really going out on a light note. I ain't really have too much to say on the side note side. I just like to hear y'all side notes. But I'm gonna come with some more shit because the season is getting more interesting. But yeah, we looking pretty good. The picks will be coming this week. Make sure y'all like and share this episode. We really gonna get into these picks this week. It's gonna be a good week of football. And I'm gonna get us up out of here. Everything I do it on God. Everything we do it on God. And every time I do it with these two motherfuckers, we do this shit on God. I am Young Money Bad News, the co-CEO of Star Money Click, the #1 rapper in the world, and one of them BMC capos. That is 1-5, the co-CEO of the Star Money Click, the #1 producer in the world, and the owner of Punish Me Vodka. That is Jimmy 2 times, the #1 Oklahoma Sooner fan, the #1 49ers fan, and my brother from another mother. We was the On God Podcast. We out. Y'all have a good night. Y'all stay prayed up. Go get that bag.
Assalamu alaikum.
Adios.